Iwi members and a protest group are promising they'll be in for the long haul for an occupation of Wellington's contentious seaside development at Shelly Bay. Yesterday, the Mau Whenua group pitched their tents and set up camp in opposition to a developer's plans to build 350 luxury sea-view apartments. Our reporter Eva Corlett and camera operator Samuel Rillstone visited the site.
Shelly Bay has become synonymous with legal battles, famous filmmakers, fraught local politics and iwi infighting. But to Anaru Mefim, who is mana whenua, this headland is much more than a headline.
1,000 years of habitation, of whānau, going about their day-to-day living, engaging. There were dramas, there were battles, there were occupations. This place has a really deep history for all of us. And even now we see for non-Māori, this place is a significant place.
Mr Mefim is part of the Mau Whenua group, Taranaki whānui iwi members and protesters who believe their iwi sold a large chunk of the land illegally to the developer Ian Castles. Then last week, Wellington City councillors voted in favour of the sale and lease of its land for the development. A builder from Parapara Umu, Mr Mefim, is a little daunted to find himself now leading an occupation.
The easy thing in doing this is that I know in my heart that this is right. I know why I'm doing it and who I'm doing it for. And so that means that personally I can weather whatever comes my way.
Mr Mefim has been involved in the fight to keep the land for 5 years, but declared an occupation yesterday. 8 people stayed in tents and caravans overnight. The Mayor of Wellington, Andy Foster, who is against the development, even stopped in and helped fix a broken tent. Mr Mefim says having mana whenua occupy the land is important regardless of numbers. He says without whenua there is no mana.
We are standing on it. And we are standing on it for our old people, and we're standing on it for our unborn. And so whether there's one person declaring this sale illegal and wanting the land back, or whether there's 1,000, it makes no difference. We're standing on this land for the people that can't be here.
Mr Mefim says the group is standing against the loss of Māori land.
The transaction was illegal. Claiming ownership of it's illegal. This is stolen Māori land and we want it back.
He says the group will occupy the land until at least March, when a High Court hearing over the land sale will go ahead.
The councillors who voted to sell this land, this is their fault that we're here. Ian Castles, who then threatened to move on it, knowing there's a court action in place, this is his fault. We are here because it's decisions that others have made, and we will now stay.
A supporter who is also Taranaki whānui, Linda Aroha Olsen, says that she is totally against what she calls a land grab.
This is not just about Taranaki, this is about whānui, ngā haue whā, in all cultures and creeds. Come and tautoko us, come and support us for this important kaupapa. The land's been grabbed, it's still carrying on in this generation, it's unbelievable. So we're here not only not for us, we're here for the next generation.
Another supporter who isn't mana whenua, Peter Niven, says he is here because he cares about this land.
We do not need this type of high-value accommodation where a small amount of people will be able to live in high luxury apartments. I'm not saying that this area should be turned into emergency accommodation, but it should be used for supporting life, the type of life that we need in this area, and not what Ian Castles has planned. So I'm just here to help and support the other voices that are more important in this conversation.
The developer, Ian Castles, declined to comment, instead directing us to speak to the Port Nicholson Block Settlement Trust, which manages the treaty settlement package for Taranaki whānui. They haven't responded in time for this story. Councillors who voted in favour of the development have told RNZ the sale would allow iwi to make the most of their treaty settlement investments. I pōneke mō te hōtaka o te ahiahi nei, ko Eva Corlett tēnei.